bro.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to another juicy episode from your host, Top Tier Talk. We welcome back a magical Ericsson return to the Premier League. Arsenal being Arsenal, we're getting a 2-1 win over Wolves, a dominant performance, shushing Ruben Neves. We like to see it. Chelsea losing on penalties, and Amir, we're going to have to bring up Kepa, I'm afraid, because he's had an absolute shocker. Chavez seems to be carrying on your drought of the wins. 1-1 and then 0-0 against Watford. That's a shame. And so, Daniel, we welcome you back this week, brother, with a 0-0 against United. So, we look forward to it. So, Chelsea, Amir, what's going on? What happened in that Carabao Cup final? What is going on, brother?
Well, before we go into that, 2-0 against Lille. That was a good result. Started the week off good. In that final, we didn't take our chances, did we? Mount missed a couple. 3 offside goals, crazy. It was one of the most exciting 0-0 games of all time. Like, so much happened. Potential red card for Keita. Did you not think it was a red card? Honestly,
100% red card.
Red card. Dan?
So I can see why people are saying it's a red, but he's gone for the ball. Like
It's quite high up though, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but again, they're also given. But on the flip side, as you can see, they're also not. So there's no right or wrong.
L red for you? Yes or no?
I reckon so. It's a tough one, but I reckon so.
Cool. And then Mendy, what a performance. Man of the match, in my opinion. Guy saved us. And then Kepa comes on the last minute of extra time. I can see why it happens because he is got a good penalty record, especially in the Carabao Cup. I think 2 shootouts now he's done well in. So it made sense to me for him coming on. The quality of pens in that game was crazy. Everyone scoring the pens. I think the one that maybe should have been saved was the Canate one, but he missed. And then Kepa boots into Rose and we lose the cup final. Like, I don't know.
You've been talking about him for the past, maybe even a few seasons, Amir. You've been not very fond of Kepa, and it just he's pulled out a bag, another shocker once again.
Do you know what? His goalkeepers aren't really there for taking penalties. I'm trying to make excuses. He shouldn't have booted it into Rose on the latest, but I don't know if it worked out right and he saved a couple of the pens, or he saved the pen and then we won. Then Tuchel would have been called a genius. It was a gamble, wasn't it? But I don't know. With the whole, it's the price tag, isn't it, that makes him look really like a flop, and he is a flop, isn't he? But I don't know. Like, I thought this season he was looking all right. A few penalty saves in the cup games and stuff, but kind of biggest blunder, didn't he? But can't really blame him because we should have won the game. We had a lot of chances. Mount missed a few. Go on.
I was going to say, if you look at your 2 keepers, I saw a tweet and I think it was Kepa's save rate to Mendy's. Kepa's was like 46% to Mendy's 11% on penalties. So
I said it made sense.
But
I back the decision as well. Like, I know every pundit is going to sit from their high horse and say, in hindsight, he shouldn't have subbed them on. But the same pundits would be like, Tuchel.
Jamie Redknapp was on it. Jamie Redknapp going, I don't get it. Chipping in, like,
the same people would have been praising him.
It's the same with you guys. Do you remember last season, Chavez, in the Europa League final? De Gea missed the pen. The keepers aren't there to take pens. They're there to save them. I know he didn't save any, but the quality of pens was high in that game. Quality of pens are high in this game. So you can't really blame them, can you? Like,
I thought it was a logical decision. The only thing I'd say is that whole cold feet thing we saw in the Euros with Sancho coming on Rashford and they missed their pens. And no ball against United. That was a random game, but that happened. So maybe in that aspect, he maybe shouldn't have done the substitute. And Mendy was playing well, wasn't he? But again, I can't sit here because we're the same people. We would have been sat here saying, well done, Tuchel. What a masterclass. If it had worked. It should have, because he's such a good penalty keeper, but it's unlucky. I wouldn't go too deep into it.
Neither would I. We lost the final. We lost, isn't it? We just move on and we need to go on to the next tournaments. Then we're not going to win the league, so just get that top 4, maybe another cup run. We'll see what happens. But
I was going to say,
go on.
I was going to say, do you reckon that loss against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final will lower morale for the rest of the Premier League season?
Not particularly. No, I think we played well in the game. On pens, it can go over two ways, isn't it? So
yeah, if you would have lost sort of 3 or 4-0, then maybe, yeah. But on pens, it's a lottery, isn't it? There's no
exactly.
what's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see what happens though. Is what
We're
it is.
catching
Isn't
you
it?
up.
You can't really say.
We're catching you up.
We'll see
Of course
what
we are.
happens when we play each other.
Dominant performance from Arsenal. That's what I'm going to move on to straight away.
All right,
Go.
we've got to predict Chelsea now that they're hopefully going into a demise.
Okay.
Luton, Chelsea in the FA Cup.
Oh, 5-0 Chelsea. 5-0 Chelsea.
I'd love Luton to win at Luton against Chelsea.
It's going to be a 3-0 Chelsea.
But yeah, 4-0 Chelsea. Retribution.
I'll go 3-0 Chelsea, and
Yeah,
I think Kepa will save a penalty.
The only unfortunate thing is, I reckon Chelsea are going to go weak, and as much as it pains me to say it, Luton are actually playing quite well this season. I'm not saying they're going to win because I don't want them to, but
why
they're
not?
going to
Back them. Do it.
No, you can't.
No.
Then you've got Burnley. You've got dead games. Burnley at Burnley.
They're a really booky team at the moment. They seem to be pulling it like out of the bag against like the upper teams. You see, they beat Tottenham 1-0. They seem to be playing like a formation where they play like so defensive, and then all of a sudden they'll just attack you for 10 minutes, and you're like, what?
Teams in a relegation battle play weird.
You're right though. They're on good form right now. They are. They've drawn a few, won a game.
But then again, it is Chelsea.
No, I reckon they'll draw. I'm going to say 1-1.
I hope they draw, so I'm going to go. I reckon 2-1 Chelsea, though.
I'll say 3-1 Chelsea.
I was going to go 2-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, that's Chelsea for you then.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Yeah, I'm going to move straight on toward the Arsenal then. The Gunners, come on. You see before the game, obviously, back in the day when we played them at the Emirates, they were just like, who was it? Connor Cody and Ruben Evans was like, you won't celebrate here at our stadium. Oh, really? You'll have to see it. Honestly, I saw it when I was watching it, yeah. They started the second half and they started to time waste straight away in the second half. And what's the point, man? Come on, we're playing the Premier League. I get you need points, but fuck me. What a boring, typical Wolves performance. So I love to see Nico Pepe slotting it in with his left foot. And then Alex Lacazette, come on now, beast, celebration, perfect celebration. All the fans were behind him. The manager, the players, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Shush, Ruben Neves. See you later, mate. Rat boy, Podence. See you later.
It was an own
goal.
It was an own goal. The ball was going. The ball was hitting the corner.
Whoa. Did we win 2-1 though? Did we beat?
I didn't say you did. You scored. No. You just said Lacazette scored. It went down as an own goal.
Yeah, he did fucking score. He shot the ball.
It went down as an own goal.
Stupid.
Wait, if you want to at least like talk about that goal, talk about Nico Pepe's turn.
What a turn! That guy.
Great turn.
Or if we're going to talk about a goal, we talk about what the hell Gabriel was doing.
No, because we won 2-1. We let that go. Yeah. We let that go. Yeah. Although, look, it's a mistake, and then lets his head get down. But then, look, mistakes happen at the end of the day. Like, we can't let it kind of get to our head and we just go, oh, fuck it, we're just going to lose this now because shit like that happens. Nah.
But, you showed character, didn't you? To get that?
Yeah, loved it. Yeah. Perfect way to end that game. Wolves, as I say, like climbing that ladder. If they won that game, I think they would have gone 4th or 5th or something like that, and they would have gone above us. Yeah. And that extra, it's just a fantastic little boost for us now. Do you know what I mean? Because we're going into these games going forward now. Because we play who? Do we play you next, Amir?
Yeah. No, it's us.
Oh, we play. Oh, but there you go. Easy win. Sorry, Dan. Oh,
yeah.
See you later. You know who's going to score as well. The GOAT Martinelli. He's definitely going to bag. But yeah, honestly, from that performance, it just goes to show that the fans are happy. Do you know what I mean? We're gunning for top 4, and all the fans care about is top 4 nowadays. I remember there was like a post from like Arsenal Fan TV, and they said, "Oh, ticket prices are going up by 4%," and everyone was like, "We don't care as long as you get top 4," and that's the main concern of this club now. And I love it because we're on good form at the moment. So let's just hope it carries on. What about you boys? What do you think?
I think it'll be, if you look, do you want to go first?
You'll remember that goal, I think, at the end of the season when you get top 4. I think you'll get top 4 now after that goal. I think it's bigger than you think. Bigger than you think. Even now, I think Arsenal fans know it's a big goal, but it's because this top 4 race is so tight and Wolves are in it. So for me, that was a 6-pointer. You just got 6 points out of that goal. So, yeah, sucks for us as United fans, but yeah.
I was going to say, with you being out of domestic competitions, you're in such good hands to get top 4 at this rate.
Yeah.
Like, so you're in a good position right now. You've got so many.
Especially as you said, like United have still got UCL, you've still got UCL, West Ham have got, was it Europa League?
Europa League, FA Cup. We've still got FA Cup as well. We've got 3 competitions still.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So we can purely focus on just gunning for it, absolutely smashing it out in the league and winning every game we can. So I reckon we got a chance. I still stand by us came in 3rd. You know, I still stand by it.
Would you sack him if you don't get it? Would you want him to go?
What, top 4?
If you don't get top 4, yeah.
No.
Okay, cool.
I don't think so. Anyway, I think I remember he was having talks of bringing Wenger back. I mean, imagine. Bring the old boy back.
Get out of retirement.
I think you'll win against Watford. I can't back Watford these days, even though you drew to us. But yeah, 2-1, I reckon Arsenal.
Chavez, after sitting there and watching for an hour and a half, I don't think you can ever say we're going to win a game again.
Fuck you, Daniel. I'm going 4-0 Arsenal.
Could happen. 2-1's nice to Watford.
4-0. I can name the goal scorers as well.
Martinelli all 4, let me guess.
No. Martinelli, Partey from a screamer.
It's going to happen against us. It's happening against us.
Yeah, Partey, he scores screamer. He's been awful in shooting this season. It pisses me off. Whenever he gets the ball, everyone goes, shoo, and it flies.
It just does that.
Yeah. So, yeah, 4-0.
Dan, what are you predicting? What's your prediction?
I'll say 2-2. I'll go 2-2.
That's so optimistic.
The Arsenal agenda continues. 1-0 Watford.
Oh, my days.
Well, guy, you're going to start losing points, mate.
I don't care.
You know, I'll go, because it's in my fantasy team, I'll go Ben White's going to score.
Of course he is.
Lacazette is on a horrible run of form, which means he's going to score against us.
Conspiracy.
No, yeah, he can't kick a ball in a straight line, which means our defence is going to go have a goal. I'll say Dennis and Pedro. Because Josh King ain't scoring a goal anytime soon.
What was happening with Watford this weekend, Dan? Did you win?
He had 3 games since he's been here.
Yeah.
No.
3 games? Oh, well, let's just... Do you know what I want to hear? Watford 1-4 Palace.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
I don't want to talk about that, really.
I want to hear... Yeah, you do. I want to hear you talk about that. Zaha masterclass, Daniel, your best mate. What's he going on? But you loved him.
No, I've never disputed his footballing ability. Like, there's a player in there. It's just he falls over so easily. Like, when you watch, he's quality to watch. Like, the stuff that he does with the ball is ridiculous. Like, he's skillful, he's quick, he's powerful. He's just you saw it, was it against Spurs? He got sent off. Was it 2 stupid yellows?
Yeah.
And he hits up. Yeah. Like, there's always that bit about him. It's like, you haven't got to do that. You're quality enough. Just take yourself away and calm yourself down. And I think that's what not ruins it, but do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
his attitude lets him down a bit where he can't progress to like a top 4 team or something like that.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it didn't work out at United. Is what
United,
something there.
Yeah. He's good enough to beat United. I reckon he'd be, as Chavez, about Rashford at the minute, his form. I reckon he'd be miles in front of Rashford. He'd be clear of Rashford in United's team. Yeah. But it's like current situation. But it's just he wouldn't be because of his attitude. It didn't, as you said, it didn't work out there. It was just poor defending. I saw a Moussa Sissoko goal live, so my life is complete. That man cannot finish to save the life. Oh, we conceded 4 goals, but I've seen a Sissoko goal.
And you had a weird week, didn't you? You won against Villa, and you lose 4-1.
Yeah, that Villa result.
Draw to United.
That draw against United was fantastic for you.
But that's what I said to you. Like, I know we didn't beat United, but I tweeted about it, and I was like, it would be typical Watford to lose to Palace and get a result against United. Like,
how you managed that?
Yeah, I know you lot were taking the piss and what, but it's like it doesn't make sense. We've done it before. We beat United 3-1 a couple of years ago, and then lost to Burnley the week after. We beat Chelsea 4-1, and then we go and lose 5-0 to Bournemouth the week after. Like, it doesn't. We don't make sense in the club. We're just there. But I don't know. It's but yeah, no, the point of United was a very good, a well needed point. To be fair, we did get lucky. If you watch the game, Chavez, you hit the post twice, 3 times. Foster had to pull off some good saves, and you had a goal disallowed as well. But I feel like as the longer the game went on, when we'd pick up the ball, I don't know how you feel about this. When we attacked, because at a point you literally had like 7 attacking players on the pitch. When we picked up the ball and started to, for the last sort of 5-10 minutes, when we run with it, you weren't open, but there was sort of a bit like there was small opportunities. Do you think?
Just United being shaky as per.
You should just merge the two together.
With Alanga, Rashford, Ronaldo, Bruno, Pogba.
Bring Chavez into it. Bring the United merge.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Okay.
What do you think?
Watford,
get your...
that Watford team was the worst team I think that's played at Old Trafford as far as I can remember in the last year. That Europe team is horrific. Like, I've never seen a more disjointed team. And for us to draw that game, I mean, Rangnick coached 6-0. It's just our players can't finish for some reason these days now. A team that used to get bailed out by individual brilliance is now doing the opposite. It's really hard to sort of, make conclusions about our team.
I've got a question for you then.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what I can say that will be like, oh, this is a statement about our club. And then the next week we'll just do the opposite. There's no consistency, is there?
Are you Ronaldo out?
No. Do you know one thing with Ronaldo? As finished, if you just watched that game and you didn't watch anything else, you think Ronaldo is finished. The way he played, he couldn't run. I mean, I was more worried about not his football, but just him standing on his 2 feet. He was struggling to do that. So, but the thing with that is he's 37 now, and that was his sort of 3rd game in 6 days where he's almost played 90 minutes in each one. I think he had 5 minutes rest across those 3 games. That's where people like Cavani come in, and then us putting Martial out on loan. It's not helping. Our depths are suddenly gone, and we don't really have options. I can't criticize Rangnick at all for this, but the one thing he should have done was drop Ronaldo for this game just to rest him, because every human being, footballer, comes to a stage where they can't play every minute of every game, and I think even Ronaldo, surely now he accepts it, because he can't just come out now and say that we need to be better, because it was actually him in that game. He needed to be better.
Bruno, I heard a lot of United fans unhappy with that performance, but about Ronaldo though, they were really hard on him.
But Bruno's another difficult one. Last week we were all like, people were talking about how Bruno's better than KDB in terms of the season and how he's been outstanding and his numbers are great. But then it's one of those where he can put up one of the worst performances you'll see and he'll get output. And that was an example of a game where he did, again, a terrible performance, but nothing came out of it. So we're just left sort of, it's really, everything is so inconsistent with our team. I could say we're terrible, and then next week we'll beat Man City. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what's wrong.
I don't think it was a bad performance. I feel like it was, obviously I know the scoreline was different when we played you at home, but you know when it's just sort of not your day. Like as you said, you hit the post, you had a goal disallowed. There was, as I said, a few good saves. It just wasn't happening for you.
What I liked was Varane and Lindelof. I don't know if Rangnick will drop Maguire for the derby next week, but Varane and Lindelof played together, we were allowed to sort of have a line that was higher up the pitch because they're both fast, and we don't have to compensate as a team for Maguire's lack of pace. So I don't know why we do that. Maguire shouldn't start at this point because of how he's played, but yeah, that helped. Matic, again, if Matic was 26 years of age right now, we'd be talking about us in a title race, it feels like, because he is incredible. But he can't play every game. He can't play every minute. And I think that same logic needs to be applied to Ronaldo now. He needs to be rested.
I feel like the game was perfect for him, though, in regards of you had a lot of the ball. His game is sitting back and dictating
breaking down low blocks.
That's exactly what we let you do. Matic. Yeah. And that's exactly what we let you do. And that's sort of the game that he's a good, not like he's better than a squad player, but he's a good squad player to have for games like that when someone needs a rest and he can come in and make a change and make a difference.
One thing with Ronaldo as well, when Ronaldo was about to join Man City, all of our fans were saying where's your loyalty, Ronaldo? Why are you going to Man City? And then he chose us. He could have gone to Man City. He could have probably won a few trophies this season. He chose us. And now those same fans that want Ronaldo out, where's your loyalty to Ronaldo? He's just had 3 games where he's almost played 90 minutes in each one. Give him a rest. I mean, it's not, I get that he's probably very pushy in the dressing room to play every minute of every game. And this is where Rangnick needs to come in now and say, actually, you can't play every minute. But we need to show some loyalty to him. He's our legend. And as much as sometimes it might look like he's not helping us, he shouldn't be playing every minute of every game. That's the only criticism I have of Rangnick. Besides that, The man is coaching us 7-0 every week, it seems, and we're not delivering. That's as much as I could say about our team right now. Next week we'll probably beat Man City, and then happy days again. Who knows?
Next week.
I'm gonna come in here now. I like what you said about Ronaldo and stuff, but in terms of Ranić, you're saying he's coaching 6-0, etc. How would you feel about him getting the United job? Would that be something you'd be okay with? Yes, maybe, no?
If Ten Hag is available, then I don't think we should go for Ranić. But if the other option, even I think Pochettino, I get our fan base for some reason has some agenda against that man. But what he did with basically no money is something that, I think what our fan base is worried about with Pochettino is he'll come in and he'll be another yes man. He won't ask for money because he's already worked in a condition where he didn't have much money to spend. And we want someone, for example, if Conte was at our club right now, I think there would be a story about the Glazers of exposing what goes on at the back. But that's why we don't get him, because he's not a yes man. So that's the only thing we're worried about. I wouldn't appoint Ranić, no. I think he needs to, however many years he's been he's done consultancy, that job, he should just carry on doing that. That's what the plan was, and get Ten Hag. I don't think he should be managing him.
Cool. And so what do you think will happen with Ronaldo? What do you think, in your opinion, in the summer?
Ronaldo said this week that he has 4 to 5 years left. He doesn't.
Left?
I think.
Wow.
He doesn't.
Okay,
and
3.
The issue is, let's say we don't get Champions League. What Champions League club takes Ronaldo? I don't think any take him. And this isn't disrespectful to him. He's a human being who's 37 years of age, so he's not going to get taken.
It'll be like a Leipzig or someone like that.
Dan, would you have him? Watford?
Big signing.
Dan, take him.
I can't see that. I think maybe back to Sporting. What did he say?
He said Dennis is better than Ronaldo.
So based on that, I think Ronaldo will definitely stay, because no one's going to take him, and out of just pure loyalty, we'll keep him. We won't just sell him off to America at this point. So I think I don't see how he leaves, because he's not going to go to a Champions
Sporting
League.
Return? Sporting, maybe?
He's going to go backwards in his career now. Is he just?
You never know.
Actually, that's a good one, because they are Champions League, aren't they? He might go there.
We need one game a week, Ronaldo, but that's what we need.
Yeah, he just needs to play less. And
give him to like a Villa or someone that doesn't have any more than one game a week.
No, but he can play one game a week for us. He just needs to. Someone needs to
sort of take
authority.
Beginning of the season, you see him. He was on fire. So.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon then, Chavez? You versus C?
Do you know what? Yeah, it's just becoming impossible, isn't it, predicting our games? For Brighton, I said we should win 6-0. We didn't. We won 2-0. I said 4-0 Watford. It was 0-0. Atletico, I said we'd win. We drew. Everything I say is wrong. So what I'll say is, I reckon Man City will win 5-0. So then hopefully we might win.
Wow.
Hopefully we might win, because everything I say is wrong, and every
reverse psychology.
So
the first time he is right is going to be this week, and they're going to get absolutely rumbled.
Yeah, City's going to come out at 5-0, yeah. And you're like,
City 5-0. Foden's on fire, isn't he? Let's give him a hat trick, and let's give 2 to Ruben Diaz from corners. Why not?
Oh, Chavez, you scored a corner as well. Was that last week? Well done.
Thank you.
I'll go 0-0. I reckon it'll be a ball draw. 0-0.
2-0 C.
3-1 City.
Yeah.
It's just annoying though, because you could be right. You know, you could turn up all of a sudden against City and like just play your absolute best. Like Ronaldo could turn up.
Usually do.
Bag. Bruno could become like the KDB that you thought he was. You know,
we're good at the Etihad. I think City have only won against us at the Etihad once in like the last few years, 5-6 years. So we play well there, but then we don't have the press anymore. That was one thing we used to. Dan James, as much as he's not a great footballer, but we used to have a high press with James, Rashford, and you'd have your Greenwoods with Martial. Now we don't press because of Ronaldo. It's sort of one of those things where we have to adjust according to him. I don't know. I don't see how we beat Man City. That's my issue. I don't actually see a pathway how we beat it.
On the talk of Man City, what did you guys think of the Rodri handball?
We're gonna have to talk about referees again, aren't we?
I want to go into a tangent.
We have a week where we just don't discuss refs. Was he not offside? Was the Everton player not offside?
Pep said offside. Frank Lampard said not offside.
I think it was flagged for offside, which is obviously why it wasn't given. Which, if that's the reason why, then
fair enough.
Was the reason not handball, or was it was just offside?
No, it was offside in the build-up, which is why it wasn't given as handball. I think
that is fine.
Are you sure? Because people were debating.
If that's the case, then that makes complete sense.
But they were
Because
debating
that
part
is
of the
handball.
arm there.
I hate to
Not
say it, that is handball.
And then it's
clear handball.
again, we're going into the rules, and you lot are going to moan, but I don't make the rules, so don't complain. But it's the shirt sleeve. But that's no definitive line because, for example, Rodri, who's got skinnier arms, his shirt sleeves hang lower than, for example, Adama Traore's, who's got massive muscles and his arm of his shirt's up here. Not like you, but yeah, the idea. But do you know what I mean? Like, there's no like, oh, that's a handball. That's not. It's a. If your shirt's tighter and your sleeves higher up your arm, don't worry about it. Type thing. And that's long sleeve. Again, if it's long sleeve, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, with this league, it's actually getting quite repetitive, isn't it? Now we're just tired of it. I would like to say we have the best league in the world, and it's run by the worst referees in the world.
Again, Chavez as well. There was a penalty shot for you in our game as well. That was a penalty.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But the thing is, so what I was saying to fix that was, we have money in the Premier League, right? We obviously have more money than other leagues. Why don't we offer money to foreign referees who would definitely take it because they're probably going to get paid more to come here and do the officiating, because they're probably not getting as paid as much as their Italy, Spain's, and Germany's. And maybe they just come in and do a better job.
Come over from our game, and that was awful.
Well, train them at least.
I really agree.
The referees.
No, but but you do. But then, like, I just feel like
we're going to train them with our rules, which are
with referees though. With referees, they just seem to want to be the center of attention. Like, you see, like a foul nowadays, and you're like, yeah, that's a foul, or whatever. They dish out yellow cards like it's like no tomorrow, bro. Like, I get a yellow card if, like, do you know when us four can definitely tell if it's a yellow card foul, it's a yellow. We can always tell. But if it's like their first foul within like the first 15 minutes of a game, you're going to be like, yeah, let him off. No, these referees dish out yellows, like, and it just ruins the game, because then they can't play properly because that guy has to be careful of his game. Then it shuffles the whole team about. Like, just keep your cards in your pockets unless you physically need to like give him a warning. Do you know what I mean? It's lost its value.
It's not even keep your cards in your pocket. Just let the game flow.
Yeah, just let it flow. Just keep going.
If the game's really nitty gritty and there's a lot of fouls flying, and yeah, fair enough, stop it. But
we can see that as fans, though, don't we?
Some Watford games, and there'll be foul after foul after foul, and they won't be going the way. And then there'll be a period of sort of 10, 15 minutes when every time someone gets the ball and they fall over, it's a free kick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like that's a discussion for another day, to be fair. Referees, we can go for hours.
Definitely. There's going to be no good every week we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
True. All right. Say it?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. Well, appreciate everyone watching. It's been a juicy episode once again. As he said, Daniel said, we'll cover that referee topic once again. But thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you next episode. Take care.